Now to the big announcement coming today about plans to add a permanent memorial honoring the victims of the May 14th shooting at the Tops Market on Jefferson Avenue. 10 people were killed, 3 others hurt, and an entire community changed forever. We learned today that a commission will design a monument and help secure funding for it. The members include current Buffalo NAACP President Mark Blue and others chosen with input from the families of the victims and survivors. Buffalo Mayor Byron Brown says the monument will go near the supermarket. Joining us live now is Mark Talley, the son of Geraldine Talley, one of the 10 people we lost on that horrible day. Really appreciate you coming in to help us kind of get a sense of how this effort is being received. What's your reaction to what we learned today?
Well, first off, definitely want to thank Governor Hochul, Mayor Byron Brown. They've been so tremendous since the events of 5/14. Definitely much love and respect to them. But when it comes to building a memorial, when it comes to all of these tributes happening, I'm completely over it. I mean, you know, it's been 5 months since this has happened. So I think we kind of got to go to step 2 towards this process. It seems everybody still want to be stuck on this pity party in step 1 and not focus on the issues at hand in the east side of Buffalo, in the community. I mean, the east side of Buffalo, it was still so much socioeconomical turmoil compared to other parts of the city, other suburbs and the surrounding areas. So although 5/14 put more light on that area, we have to move forward, move on, and see what we can do to educate the community there, bring more socioeconomical awareness, equity, equality, and hopefully along with a plethora of different nonprofit organizations here in the city. I know my organization, Agents for Advocacy, we're definitely going to try to do the best we can.
It sounds like you're saying it's one thing to do a monument, right, which some people might find comfort in, some of the families might, but the more important thing in your mind is to make tangible differences out of this.
Absolutely. The money that could be spent building this memorial, this monument, statue, whatever it is, I think that money could definitely be funneled in the community and serve a larger purpose.
Since we now do have this commission that's been created, again, they're going to have members based on input from the family members. Do you intend to be part of that process? And obviously, you know, everybody kind of has their own take on this and everybody grieves in their own way after a tragedy like this. So some of the family members are welcoming this. How do you plan to maybe be involved in that process?
Absolutely. Mr. Whitfield, a great man, definitely got to know him throughout the past 5 months. Love him along with his brother, but you know, I already told him how I felt about it, and I can only speak for myself as an individual. I'm pretty sure the families, the other family members, they have their own ideas, but when it comes to respect of my family, my mother's name, I would prefer not be associated with the memorial.
Yeah.
I mean, her name is already associated with tragedy due to the Tops incident. I want her legacy to live through me. When people think of Mark Talley, they think of Geraldine Talley. I don't want people to think of the terrorist attack at Tops and then bring up her name.
Yeah. When you talk about what you hope can come out of this, and it always sounds such a strange thing to say, like you want good to come out of something so awful, right? But I guess at the end of the day, you do hope good can somehow come out of this. What specifically do you think we should be focusing on right now?
That the east side is what it is. It's just been put out on a larger scale in the community. I mean, we have the spotlight on the nation upon us, and it's up to us to do good by that. The east side is still struggling. It was a food desert before 5/14. It's still a food desert now. There were still low education rates before 5/14. It's still like that now. The east side had the lowest lack of funding. It's still like that now. So in terms of health, poverty, education, everything on a scale of socioeconomics, the east side of Buffalo was last, and it's still like that now. So it's time that we have to, put our foot to the ground and do something about that. It's one thing to, have a pity party and cry after the events of 5/14, which everybody should have. It's a terrible tragedy that could have been prevented. But 5 months later, what are we going to do? What's our call to action? It's one thing to self-loathe and pity, but eventually you have to get over this pity party to do something of more importance and greater need.
I'm out of time, but before we go, I know that, and you touched on it, you've created a nonprofit, and I know a lot of groups have come out of this awful tragedy. How can people find you? in your group?
Go to my website, agentsforadvocacy.org, or you can go to our Instagram at Agents for Advocacy.
Really appreciate you coming in, Mark. It's an important topic. I didn't know what you were going to say today about, because again, some families are welcoming this, and you make excellent points. So really great to get your perspective. Thank you.
Definitely great to be here talking to you.
Thank you very much.